and one of the most frequent questions that we're getting from you, our viewers, has been about your rights as an employee during this pandemic. And to answer that and some other questions, this morning we've got attorney Katie Harris joining us live via Skype. She's a personal injury lawyer with the Charles E. Boyk Law Offices here in Toledo. Thank you so much for waking up with us here on this Friday morning. We understand you guys have also been getting a lot of calls, so we want to start with this. There still seems to be a lot of concern about people who are telling us they're being forced to work when they say their business should not be essential. So what should they be doing?
Yeah, well, thank you. Good morning. I'm happy to be here and to answer some of these questions for you. I think that, we do keep hearing these stories about non-essential businesses that are staying open. The governor and Dr. Acton have been inescapably clear that those businesses should not be forcing people to come in. I think that the state of Ohio and their coronavirus website have some great resources as far as who you can contact and what you can do to report a business that's not complying with that order. So, honestly, our worker safety needs to be a top priority. And if people are not following the rules, they need to be held accountable. So I would recommend reaching out to those resources and following through that way.
Now, we know the governor has set up that commission to handle cases in which different health departments might make different rulings about whether a certain kind of business is essential. Their decision, we understand, is final. But what about the workers in those businesses in the meantime until a decision is made? Do you have to still go to work until you get that ruling from the state?
I think until there's a judgment call from the state, probably you should consider going to work. Your safety is the top priority. If you're going in public, you need to be allowing you to continue to wear those masks even in the workplace, because it's just not only the state of Ohio, but nationwide has been recommended that that's what we do for not only our own safety, but the safety of everybody else around us. So, I would say, for people who are waiting on that final determination, just make sure you're doing everything you can to stay safe. Make sure your employer is letting you wear a mask. Make sure that you are washing your hands, trying to keep distance, and that even as you're going to work, your employer is still complying with those social distancing requirements that we're all meant to follow at this time.
What are your options if you do go to work and perhaps your employer says, no, you cannot wear that personal protective equipment?
Yeah, they're wrong. I think that, you should be wearing it. If something like that happens, my recommendation would be that you should find a way to report it and go proper channels that way. We're all in a very serious public health crisis, and I understand that people believe they need to keep their businesses running if they're an essential company. But bottom line, worker safety. We can't keep things running if people aren't healthy and aren't safe and able to do their job. So, do what you can to make sure you're wearing the PPE, that you are following through the best you can to report any kind of issues with your employer.
And reach out to an attorney, if you need some more help. Thank you so much, Katie Harris with the Charles Boyk Law Office. We appreciate you joining us this morning.
Thank you so much. Happy to be here.